Welcome, Forex fans. It's Rob the Forex Explorer here for Explominate, and I am here today with Dominus Galaxia, which is a game that we've kind of showcased this week because it is about to enter into a Kickstarter, and I'm a pretty big fan. I'm a big believer in this game because so few games try to do the whole Master of Orion 1 spiel, like that formula. So, and honestly, we're currently running a poll right now to see what everyone's favorite Master of Orion game is, and my favorite was Master of Orion 1. So the fact that Dominus Galaxia is trying to model itself after Master of Orion 1 has just won me over hardcore. And a lot about the presentation, a lot about the gameplay mechanics about this game, and a lot of the options really just do it for me. So let's talk about options for a second. We'll come back. Options is in new game options. So let's actually start a new game. So this is developed by one main dude, and then there's a couple other guys. Believe Brent Patterson, who was Beyond Beyond. I don't know how you pronounce it. Beyond Beyond. There was like this cool 2D retro looking Mu One like game that was being developed, and the lead developer Jeff Graw and Brent Patterson, the lead developer of Beyond Beyond or Beyond Beyond, got together and they're like, hey, let's do this together. So now they're actually developing it together, which is pretty cool. And they're very close to a Kickstarter. In fact, I think within a week of this being posted, there will be one. And like I said, I want to showcase this because it's something I really believe in. There's just the foundation here is fantastic. So first of all, let's go and talk about new game settings. So you can do a normal game mode, which is what we're going to do. It's diplomacy enabled with no team presets. We are going to go ahead and hit random, but let's do 30 to 60 stars. You can actually do that, which I think is great. We can change a shape to any of these weird ass shapes. So we'll do a 2-arm spiral. And this is where things get really, really awesome, I think. So dynamic AI mode allows it to adapt itself to each individual player. Let's put it this way. I'm not very good at this game, so I don't want to do dynamic just yet, but I think that's amazing. I don't know exactly how well this works, but the fact that they're looking at something like that is fantastic. I know a lot of people are going to want to test themselves and maybe test the AI. So the fact that this guy, Jeff Graw, has been somebody I have talked to at great lengths about Forex game design. He really understands what it is that Forex gamers want. So he really is focusing on AI. So let's go with intermediate and leave it there. We'll go to advanced options. So you can actually turn off star lanes or turn them on. I'm going to leave them off. I don't like star lanes. But the fact that you can actually do that, the fact that we have the choice is fantastic. So you can basically go through and look at all these, and I mean the options that are here already are awesome. Expansion mode, this is where things split off a little bit from Master of Orion 1. You can actually use colony ships, starports, both, or you can do a streamlined, which basically allows you to just colonize planets by clicking a button. So I've never actually done colony ships. I'm going to leave it at streamlined just because that's what I've been playing it as. But the fact that some people would probably want to be able to, or need to be able to manufacture colony ships and then send those off to colonize planets, I mean, that's something that people might want. So the fact that there are options here are fantastic. So before I go any further, I want you to know that this is a beta. This game is still in development. In fact, it needs more money in order to get to the finish line. And that's why there's going to be a lot of things that are missing. But a lot of things here are already really damn good. So I don't want to get too excited. I get really excited about this game. There's very few games that I get this excited about. But I really feel very, very passionate, I guess, about this one. Because I feel like there's so few games that try this formula. And I really just like everything about it. There's just very little I don't. So we're going to start as humans. We could do the Spixna, which are like these crazy ass weird spider people. They're awesome looking, but I'm gonna do humans because they just basically developed, or they just put in the like unique ship models for humans. So I want to see what they look like, and humans are kind of like the standard race, you know, like for us. A lot of people play humans. It's crazy. I usually play alien races, but we have some here that are already. This is also something else I like about this game is the alien aesthetic, the alien like everything about the aliens look freaking alien as hell, and I like that. So the Morion look. I don't even know what that is. It looks awesome. The Norg, they look like kind of like grays, but weird. The Reptars, they kind of have this, you know, man, they kind of remind me of an alien from another video game, but they're pretty creepy looking. I guess these guys have never been drawn out yet, nor have the Salix. The Zigab look like some sort of plant fungi blob. And then we have the Zero people that are basically, I would imagine they kind of maybe are some sort of like connected, almost like they're one with the internet kind of people. But yeah, so anyways, the alien design here is amazing. Even just aesthetically, I like the alien design, and that means a lot to me. We're going to go ahead and make them a light blue, like the Explominate blue. And we're going to go ahead and begin. So, here we are. I'm going to disable these, okay? I'm not saying that I know everything that this is going to say, but I sort of want to talk about it instead of read about it. So, here we are, okay? We are at the very beginning, like every other 4X, but this is it's modeled very closely to Massive Orion 1. So instead of having a colony production queue, you are basically given sliders. And as I remember Massive Orion 1 being, it does the exact same thing. So your factories are set up. So let's look at each of these sliders real quick. So like building ships, once we start to allocate funds into building ships, we'll be able to build ships. We'll allocate money into missile bases, and we'll be able to build planetary defenses, basically. And then we have factories, which is where they always start, and this is the way Master Orion was too. Always start completely tacked out, and then you have research. So we're going to put a little bit into research so we can start getting research topics going. And then these two things are different. So this taxation siphons planetary production to the reserve up to the planet's total net output. So 25% efficient, and then you have your stimulus, which add reserve funding to planetary production up to the planet's gross output prior to modifiers. So what that's saying is that you're going to spend money to add to your production. And then and there's a simplicity to this design that I really like, and that's why I think Master Orion 1 was my favorite. I don't like being bogged down by production queues at colonies, and this slider system, it leaves me to worry about ship placement and research and diplomacy. And for me, that's what 4X games are about. So I really like it. So let's look at our starting fleet here. We have interdictors and outriders, and these are brand new. They're unique to the humans. So these ship models, I guess you could say, are unique to the humans. We're going to go ahead and get rid of all of these, and we're just going to start sending them out to some of the surrounding areas. We're going to ship that one, and outrider this one, and then outright here. And as you can see, it was actually divvying them up automatically based on one of the options that I said yes to. So really excited about that. And what we have now is 4 ships going to these 4 different planet systems. We'll take a look and see what happens. And I imagine that we'll probably get queued up research. There we go. So this is a lot like Master Orion 1 as well, in that you're going to given 3 different options. They're random normally. So you can see we've got one that's level 1, and then we have a level 6 and a level 7 research option as well. So I'm going to do theoretical biology because I don't really need the others just yet. We can do this eventually for sure. Eliminating 3 units of industrial waste per 1 BC is good, but that's not quite what we need just yet. So we'll just move to the next level, basically. And then here we can do either targeting system, active sensors, or missile ECM. I like active sensors, but we're not quite concerned about just any of that really, because that's all combat stuff. So I'm just going to keep going with the next level. Factory construction 2. This is big, all right? So it reduces factory construction cost by 19%. I am going to try to get that first. And as you can see, all of them have a cost in research production, or research points maybe. And even though I can research something at level 8, it's going to cost me 437 research points, as opposed to just the 256 it would take me to the next level. Okay, or here, class 2 deflector shields are level 3, and I would get, it only takes me 125 research points. So maybe we do that first. And then a logistics range 1's a big thing, because our ability to move outside of our logistics range is important. So we're going to go ahead and choose that so we can scout out further or farther. And here, again, I'm not an expert at this game. It is different enough from Master of Orion 1, and it's been long enough since I played Master of Orion 1 that I don't remember like all the best things to do. I don't know that laser rifle is really that important right now because it's for ground combat roles, but maybe we do a proton gun because it would be cool for our ships, or diverted energy missiles. Kind of like that, actually. Let's do that. And here you go. You start to see our ships moving out. All right, so our scouts have explored the Arcab system, the Cadmus system, and as you can see, all you have to do is come over here and click Colonize World. So this, you can see, has a 50 population capacity, and it's highly acidic, but it supports organic life just barely. And you can see minimal too, is probably what it means. I imagine that's like the habitability. Or maybe that's the type. Okay. Here we have Cadmus, which is an ocean planet, and it's way better off. 65 population capabilities, but I mean, there's definitely habitable spots. It's much more habitable in general, so we're going to colonize that one first. And I like to send 8 to 10 population the first go round. It's about 15% of my population, and I don't know if there's really any reason I like to do that. I think 10's a good start. So you start off with 65 in your initial colony, and I generally do about 15%, send about 15% to my first colony, and that's all it takes. All right, so I've just set up colonization of Cadmus. Pretty simple, right? I like it. It's streamlined. I like streamlined. Encounter at Chiron. Okay, so there's actually space pirates here. This is an ocean planet, but its capability, or its capacity for population, is higher. It's at 80, but we're going to lose this fight. And I'm not ready to show you combat yet, so we're just going to auto-resolve it. And it looks like I actually was able to retreat, so that's great. And then we've also explored this step. I don't know how you pronounce that. Step system. It's got 55 population capacity, and it's usually just dry plains and stuff, but it's pretty habitable. So we're also going to go over here. And this time I'm only going to send 8. Yeah, 8's going to be about 15% of my population. So what we'll do now is we're going to bring all of our people back. All of our ships back. And we might have enough to take on these pirates. Alright, so a new colony has been formed at Cadmus, and we can just let the factories develop here. Factories are really important because I need production. I need production pronto. The more factories we have, the more I can develop my research, the more I can put into building ships, the more I can put into building missile bases and protecting my colonies. So factories are very important. Alright, so we've formed a colony here at Zindus. Now, of course, this is early in development, but there are a few things that do bother me about this game, and one of them being that there are empty turns, right? So right now, I am clicking the end turn button a lot, right? Even though I am sending ships out, I'm developing colonies, there's a lot of end turn button mashing, and that needs to be fixed, but I think that's something that Jeff is very well aware of. In fact, we spoke at great lengths on a podcast. If you haven't already heard it, you should go check it out. It's part of the article that this is also featured in. This video is also featured in. But over at explominate.net, you can check out our podcast, or through our iTunes feed or Podbean feed, you can listen to the interview I had with him. And he's very well aware of the fact that there is some intern button mashing, and that definitely needs to be looked at eventually. So as you can see now, our logistics range is, we've got nothing else to explore, so we're kind of gated by that right now, which means there is going to be even more button mashing, but that's okay. So we're going to bring all these guys back. We're going to try to get here and take out this pirate force. So it's 4 corvettes and 1 frigate. So we're going to have, I believe these are corvettes, right? They only have 1 laser cannon. Can I look at those details? So their swindlers have 1 proton gun, which is likely to be more powerful than what I have. So perhaps we should build more ships. So we're going to take a little bit of production away from the factories, and we're going to build, let's do interdictors. It's going to take 9 years, which is 9 turns, to develop that. And it's going to have 6 laser cannons, which, who knows, it might be enough to take on some of these pirates. And here we go with the button mashing, which again, well aware of, but certainly one of those things that needs to be addressed. And then we'll keep going. I want to take a look at the sitrep thing. I've never actually looked at sitrep. Okay, cool. And now we have one of the, oh no we don't. We have, oh, the interdictor is already things. Okay, cool. So interdictor was already one of them that we have here. So we have 3 interdictors now, each with 6 laser cannons. How long would it take to do it? What is a daunt? It's got 2 nuclear missiles and 2 laser cannons. Yeah, we're going to build a few daunts. Now these are something that we can design, right? This is very similar to Master of Orion 1 and 2, in that we can design our ships. I like these models. I do. They look very cool. And they are designed based on space. So let's say we want to do a destroyer, okay? We have this much space now. So 1 laser cannon, we could do a bunch of laser cannons, right? We can just keep going until we've got space. Or we can come back and maybe add heavy lasers, which have a higher damage possibility, but not any, the minimum damage isn't any higher. We do have nuclear missiles, 5 shots and 2 shots. Let's do a couple here. Let's bring back this a little bit, see if we can do 1 more. There we go. And we can add specials, right? We don't have any specials yet. We have to research new technologies to unlock them. But now we have this pretty large ship capable of firing missiles and not only normal cannons, but heavy cannons, heavy lasers. So what happens next is pretty cool. This is something that we talk about in the podcast as well. But this is just a really cool, unique way to, I don't know, set yourself apart, set this game apart. So what happens now is I can actually change how many turns it's going to take to complete this design, which reduces the cost. But I can also hopefully make it so that the design that I've built here is better than average, right? So I can make it take even longer. Okay, it can only take 25 turns at the very most. So let's say I just want it to be 105%. There's a 105% chance that it's going to be at least what I've set it out to be. So here are the parameters that it could be. So if I have a massive failure at the development level, we could see really just, not powerful weapons. Or we could see plus 32 in strength. So here you can see all the parameters, percent values, as they say. And it's really cool because it's a lot like, oh, wow, okay, so certainty makes these drop, these percent values shrink a bit so that you're more likely. So let's do 100%. Like, let's go as far as we can on the certainty level. Let's bring it down just a little bit to the point where, all right, so in 22 turns, we're going to design this and we're going to see how it rolls. I want you guys to see it. It's pretty rad. I bet you Jeff's watching this being like, man, you can't play my game. And it's possible. I'm sorry. Yeah. I tend not to really develop any sort of real strategy when games are early access, to my detriment, I'm sure. So we're going to build a Daunt here in 2 turns. All right, so we've got a Daunt. What I'd really like to see is the ability to reduce the UI or even hide the UI. But yeah, there's a lot of in-turn mashing, as I said. So you know what? I think we have enough. We have quite a few ships here. We're going to go ahead and try to take on the pirates here at Chiron. And then I'm going to show you what combat's like. So let's go ahead. All right, we could hail enemy, which if we could meet 300, if we wanted to, we could pay them off for 384 BC, but we don't have 384 BC. We're short 181. So we can't do that, but we can go ahead and fight them. So why not? Let's do it. And here we are. So this is the planet that we're fighting outside of. There's actually like map features, tactical map features here that affect combat. So this one, these asteroids and stuff you can hide behind. Here, Nebula costs 1 movement. These here destroys half of warheads that pass through it. So if I really wanted to, I could, like if I'm having missiles shot at me, I can hide behind here and hope that it comes through here and the missiles are shredded through this little asteroid field here, or debris field. So it's really cool. There's some, a lot of people say that it's difficult, or that many Space 4X games don't have like tactical map features, and here we are with one that has one. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna push out. This is our Daunts, right? Or these are Daunts. No, so these are the, I forgot what their names are. The Interdictors, that's right. So let's move the Interdictors over. And now we have the Daunts. The cool thing too is that at any point I can just go ahead and hit auto, and it'll auto resolve this. And I think you can just also simulate it. Yes, you can. All right. So if I'm like halfway through this battle and I'm like, all right, I totally won this thing, I'll just hit resolve and boom, it's done. So if I needed to like make sure that I took out a particular unit, or if there was like a particular thing about this combat that made me concerned, but then I was like, oh no, I don't have any reason to be concerned, then I could just auto resolve it and be done with it. Or I can watch the fight by hitting this. So I like that a lot because, again, streamlined is good for me. I like streamlined. So we have these guys, the Outriders. Let's go ahead and move them behind here. Yikes, that was mean. And you just blew up. So get out of here with that. And that nuclear missile is headed towards me. Awesome. And it missed. Very good. So let's go ahead and launch our missiles now. Boom. Get out of here. I think the sound effects might be too high, and I apologize for that. There we go. We have destroyed the pirates. So, very good. All of our units survived. We destroyed all of theirs, and now we can colonize Chiron. So we can now send population units from any of our colonized planets. I still think Sol's the best one to do it from because we have more population there, and I like to use 15%. That's just my number. So there we go. We're gonna send colony ship out that way. And I'm just this guy, but I like to name it Earth. Just me. Doesn't have to be that way. But you can change the names of all of your planets. So I can name Cadmus. Let's name it, I don't know, Oceania. See, you just name it whatever you want to. And then maybe you are the kind of person that names numbers or something like that. So I do like that a lot. It's very easy, very quick. All right, so we'll move out and we'll start colonization of Chiron. I might even change Chiron's name so that I can pronounce it. We'll name it Waterworld. Alright, Waterworld it is. Still don't have anywhere else I can go. So unfortunately, this is just outside my logistics range. So it's a bit of a waiting game right now. And I don't know that I want to continue to produce a bunch of ships, because the problem with that is that, oh wow, look, we have 13 unmanned factories, unfortunately. So we need our population to grow, and that's part of the reason of that is because I just sent a bunch of people to Waterworld. So, but yeah, I don't know the exact cost of ships, and I wish there was maybe a breakdown somewhere. I don't know how much my ships cost me, but I know they have to cost some sort of money in order to keep up, right? Any upkeep price? I don't see any of it. I'd imagine it would have been here, but it's not. But right now I'm gaining 20 BC anyways, so we're just gonna let that keep going, and I don't need too many ships right now. All right, so I've developed class 2 deflector shields, which is great. Let's go ahead and move to the theoretical force fields, and what that would mean is I can now put shields on one of my ships. So like here, I could come down here. Nope. I think it's up here then. Nope. I could have sworn that shields were a special device, but maybe not. Maybe they are just there, no shields, but I can change it here. That's where it is. Okay. So yeah, down here I'd be able to change my shield to class 2 deflector shield. I don't have the space for this one. Let's say I took this out, like none. I would now have the ability to put shield up, class 2 deflector. All right. So, and we could do the targeting system. So, oh wait, I already have that. So, yeah, very easy, very streamlined, but also very effective. Love it. And hopefully the turns here will be at a point where we can show you how the rolls progress, or play out, I should say. So you discover diverted energy missiles, which is good too. We got proton guns, which are what the pirates were using. Not sure if they're any good, but it looked like something fun to do. All right, so can I tell how many turns I've actually... Nope, I can't. All right, yes, logistics range 1, which is great. So nuclear engines will probably be my next one, 3 parsecs per turn. And here we go. All right, so this is what I was talking about. So it's basically like a roll, like a... trying to think of it's likened to Diablo in the podcast, but I'm not sure that's the best way of putting it. I mean, it kind of is like an item roll. So like you... Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good way to... It's like a dice roll. Like, you know, just roll a die and see how they end up going. And it ends up changing how stuff works out. So like quality 105, some of this actually was worse than it could have been, right? The hit points are lower than it could have been, but my initiative's higher at 14 instead of 12. Or is it 12 instead of 14? It is 12 instead of 14. So it's lower. I guess lower initiative is better then. Here the cost is actually higher than it was supposed to be. So I really like this because there is a randomness to ship design, right? Like, I'm not trying to like play the whole real life card, but like if you have something where you designed it, you know, no matter what you do, there's going to be trials and tribulations. And some things are going to work out. Maybe there's going to be some sort of breakthrough and you can be like, holy crap, I can reinforce this armor in a way that I didn't think of. Or you could be like, oh wow, the way we designed these engines is going to make it slower than we thought. And so I really like this. It adds a randomness that I really appreciate. And now we have the Prescott. It sounds so debonair, distinct. The Prescott. Now we can move here, probably? Yes, we can. All right, and we can also move here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to send one little outrider all the way down here, and then one outrider this way. They can act as scouts. Theoretical biology. All right, so we can do... Ooh, what is subconscious conditioning? Subtly influences the disposition of your subjects to make them more pliable and productive. I like that. Wow, but look how many research points that's going to take. Or we could do terraforming, which I'm also a big fan of. Dead colonization, improved ecological restoration. That might be our best bet because I bet you our pollution levels are kind of starting. Yeah, our pollution levels are rising. Our waste is 39% at Earth. So let's go ahead and see where we are. Alright, the Clothos system is dead to us. Dead to everybody. Just outside that, but we can build... I believe we can build... like a starbase or something to that effect. I forgot. I feel like there's a way to build... basically, like a refueling station, but I don't remember. I was hoping I would be able to figure it out really quickly, and I didn't. So let's take a look to see if there's any design that would allow us to do that. Let's go ahead and clear everything off. None. None. Corvette. I bet you it would be a special device that we don't have. Oh, wow. There's awesome. Okay, so there's a quick button to clear it. Even better. We can scrap some of these. I wonder if we can also retrofit. So, like, I wonder if we took the Tycon and made it better. Yes, we can. What would making it better do? Could we... I guess once we have better miniaturization, possibly we could update designs. And then I wonder if you could subsequently retrofit them. I've never tried it. So... let's hope this brings us somewhere, so we're not trapped by our map here. Alright, opens additional avenues of research between tech levels 9 and 16. So we could do targeting systems, proton gun scanner, which is, oh wow. Scans objects up to 22 parsecs. I like that. Let's do that. Alright, so, oh, Terran, nice. But it's poor, which is, production's halved on poor worlds. But we're going to colonize it anyways. And we're going to use Earth still. 15%. It's going to be almost 15 population. And we're going to send it that way. And hopefully that'll open up some more areas for us to explore. Very good. So theoretical construction 1 or hull mod interceptor. Improves warp speed by 50% and grants a 2-point bonus to defense. I like that. Let's do that. Alright, so theoretical force fields. And we will... temporal compressor. Slightly increases the relative rate of time passage inside a ship. Improving initiative by 1. Or we could do one of these. You know what? I like that idea. Initiative being cool. And yes, it did open up the map. We'll see how well it allows us to get through. There is one spot there. Very good. I think we're going to be able to make it. Yes. All right. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and reduce the sound. Yeah, that's where it is right there, where it says sound. We'll go ahead and apply that. And then also, I realized UI scale. Maybe I could bring it down to like 70%. Yeah, I like that better. Yes, so much better. Very good. Like I said, I think the options in this game are superb for it being so early. Alright, allows terraforming of planets up to 115% of their base capacity plus an additional 15 pump. Yeah, sure, I'd like that very much. So let's do that. Alright. Discover proton guns, theoretical weapons, anti-missile system, or yeah, let's do theoretical weapons and keep moving from there. Regulus appears to be a dead bit of rock. And that's okay. We'll leave him down there. There's no reason to move him. I do wish I remembered how to... I feel like it must be... Let's see if there's a way. So starports, I know. We haven't gotten all of our factories completed here, but we could build... well, I think you have to wait. Starport being like somewhere you could build ships. But I feel like there was outposts or something, but maybe I'm wrong. So here's the bane of this game. There's a lot of that, so hopefully that'll be fixed ASAP. And I'm sure it will be. Alright, so Oceania has reached its maximum of 130 factories, which is great. We'll just let the research do its thing for now. And that means we're going to start really knocking out some of these research topics, which is great. And the same thing was Indus. All right, so that means we can get through that logistics upgrade here soon too, I imagine. Fusion bombs, ion beam. I like that. Let's do that. And upgrade our lasers. Theoretical construction. Enhanced matter conversion. So taxation is 40% efficient. Scrap buildings and shields will yield 40% of their current value. Factory construction 3. Or Duraloy armor. Let's do Duraloy armor. So we can reinforce some of our ships here. Yep, that's like I said. Now they've implemented a new event system. I've only seen one. So, and that's out of like an hour of playing. I imagine the frequency can probably be adjusted with options eventually, but right now, so let's do class 4 planetary barrier. So we can start reinforcing some of our colonies here. Terraforming 3, we're going to go ahead and spend 20% of our ratio to terraform our planets. And dead colonization, maybe? Yeah, because there was a dead planet, right? This wasn't dead. But this one was... Nope, this was an inferno. Ion beam. So we're just crushing out some of these research topics now. And we will go Merculite missiles. Alright, so we've got active sensors going now. Targeting system for, again, you know, like we're in beta, right? So like, and I mean I said I'm playing beta and they are in beta. So I don't want anyone to think that like, oh man, he's hitting that intern button too many times. I'm never gonna play that game. The truth is that like this game is so early into. Oh look, we're about to meet somebody. 0 people, very good. So you can actually see encounter at Klothos. Let's not do that. Let's hail enemy. Oh, okay, cool. We don't want to not fight. So we're going to auto resolve this, and they beat me. Great. So I'm going to go kill every single one of them. Maybe they'll talk to me. Oh, another one. All right, let's hail this people. The Zygob Dominion doesn't have any desire to talk to me either, so we'll auto-resolve that. And let's spend 20% on the planetary shields as well. Deflector shields, let's do it. All right, so the Zygob forces aren't very strong, so we could probably definitely take them out. Let's kill these 0 people here first. Maybe then I can convince them to start talking to me. Yeah, that's right. You know, we'll just do auto and show you what it's like. I believe they're trying to run away. I believe that very much so. But guess what? It ain't gonna matter. Or it's totally gonna matter and you're gonna get away. Alright, so oh great, our logistics range is now increased, which is going to be good for us. Sublight drives are great. We can now move to this place. So let's see what's going on over here. Great, planetary shields are in effect at most of our colonies now. Zoria is dead as well. Great. So we can't... Oh, we can get here though now. So let's go ahead and do that. See what's over there. Maybe... Oh no, no one wants diplomacy with me yet, so... Hopefully the 0 people or somebody, because I want to show you... I really want to show you diplomacy. So we can now hide obsolete, since there are some things that are quote-unquote obsolete, although tundra colonization should not be obsolete. Alright, let's knock out a few turns. See if we can get some diplomacy going, because I'd like to show you guys that. Alright, tundra colonization. Subconscious conditioning because it sounds cool and we'll get more money. We have a lot of money right now. Like a lot. Encounter at Adonis. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Well, that sucks for me. But it's going to suck worse for these guys when I take my giant force. Because I'm going to bring the Prescotts into service. And we'll be knocking out a few of those every turn. Or every few turns. One of those every few turns is what I meant. Increase the minimum distance away from your colonies. The asteroids will spawn in combat by 1 hex. Reducing the amount of cover for attackers. Ooh, I like that. Factory construction 4 reduces factory construction costs by 34%. Improved defense base. How about taxation is 40% efficient? No, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let's just go straight for factory construction 4. All right, so Prescott's are starting. Oh, there we go. So we've got an event. Leaks suggest that the Human Force Fields research database has been infected with a computer virus. Reportedly, all ongoing research progress has been lost. Great, screw you. Well, it doesn't mean that we can't get propulsion stuff. Let's do... let's go ahead and do fusion bombs, because it may be we might just start needing them. And with that being said, let's go ahead and build something with some of our new stuff. So we've got sublight engines, which now are going to move pretty far. Targeting system and a shield. What about we have Duraloy armor as well? So we've already moved, unfortunately, very close to the max we can use. Do we have a maneuvering? No, we don't. No ECM. Let's go ahead and... Let's do an ion beam. And that'll be it, actually. We're just going to use this as like a little ion beam frigate. The Iroquois. I like it. Let's use it. And we're going to go ahead and make you look like that. It looks pretty mean and fast. And we're going to create. And the cool thing is we can reduce this by a lot because, first of all, the frigate's not going to cost as much, but also because we have a lot of money right now. Ooh, that's going to cost me a lot of money. So let's wait. Let's go to 5. 5's good. Let's see how high we can get without going crazy with money. Let's do that. Alright, so in 5 turns we're going to find out how good our ships are. In the meantime, we're going to build some Prescotts. 5 turns, targeting system 4. Now we're going to go ahead and hide obsolete to see what's obsolete. And we're going to do the missile ECM. Alright, please, let's do this. Alright, so our hit points are lower than we expected. Our initiative's better. Our maneuverability is better. Our cost is lower. And our ion beam is actually more powerful. Shut preset. I wonder what that means. Let's do a preset A. Oh, okay, I get it. So we can just quickly build Iroquois. I like that. So how many ships do we have here? We have a lot. But they have like 20-something of something, don't they? No, they have 12. So they have 22, 25 ships. I believe I have more, but let's build some more Iroquois first. Since we're knocking them out every 2 turns. And then we'll do an anti-missile system, because we don't have any of those right yet. But let's go ahead and, we've got 7 Iroquois. Let's do this. Let's fight this fight. I was really hoping to show you diplomacy, but it doesn't look like anybody wants to talk to me. Alright, so encounter at Adonis. Let's do this. Take command. And I'll let Otto do its thing. I'm curious to see how it's going to handle this. Looks like I'm running away. I'm surprised by that. I am running away. Let's not Otto. I'm not running away from this fight. I'm just not going to. I might need to. Now that I see how little damage I did to that. But maybe my Iroquois will be capable. Who knows? See, what do we got here? Nuclear bombs, proton guns, Gatling lasers. Same thing here. And proton guns. No, come on. We should be able to beat these guys. I hope so, at least. Maybe not. Oh, cool. So, oh, wow, jeez. That's not good. However, we did take out one of them, so that's a good sign. We can do this. We can beat these guys. Yes. Very good. No, very good. Not very good is what I meant. Oh, absorbed. Why are you absorbing everything? I don't like that. Oh, that Gatling laser's mean. I wonder if spacebar ends my turn, because that'd be great if it did. It does. That's fantastic. I love that. Little things, man. Little things get me really excited. I imagine there's probably some sort of benefit to coming from behind. Flanking bonus, yes. Alright, so let's go ahead and move to flanking areas. Not as good as I'd hoped. Oh man, you are mean. We'll flank you too, and it doesn't do anything. That's cool. I'm not upset about it. I'm totally upset about it. God, my lasers aren't doing anything. So that's my main problem for sure, is that my lasers are awful. Oh, I should have moved just one. I didn't realize it was aiming for that, and that would have at least destroyed half of those missiles. Gotta use my terrain, man. Oh, jeez. That ship class is mean. But my Iroquois are pretty good. I'm gonna have to build a more powerful ship class. A larger ship class with more of those good lasers. Yeah, it's fine. I knew this was going to happen once I started to not do anything to these guys. Maybe we can... Yes! Wow. I love my Iroquois. Can I... Nope, you can't do that. That's fine. That's fine too. You do your thing. I'll come behind you and see if I can just at least take a ship or two out. Come from behind. Shoot you very much. Go. Oh, bloody hell. That was not good at all. Yeah, we definitely need to get more of those. More ships with those. But, you know what? We took out a couple. We took out 10, actually, I think. Maybe I should try to actually focus fire on this group here. See if I can take them out. Oh, if I don't die. Okay, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped. But the great thing is that we know our Iroquois are good. There's 9 of them now. But we're going to build something bigger now. Let's do cruiser. There's some good ship models. I like these. We're gonna ion beams are really good, so we're gonna get those, and we're also gonna look at Merculite missiles, 5 shots. We're gonna do a bunch of those. Do a bunch of ion beams. We have ECMs now, so we're gonna use those. Do we have better computers? We do. Sublight drives, that's the best one we've got. Maneuvering, we don't have any more maneuvers yet. What else do we have? Wait, do we have any specials yet? We do. Active sensors add 2 to accuracy, but reduces defense by 1 because of increased electronic missions. Okay. That makes sense, actually. Improves warp speed by 50% and grants a 2-point bonus to defense tactical movement. And it should cost 25% space and HP as well. So no, thank you. Slightly increase the relative rate of time passage inside, improving initiative by 1. Alright. So that's a good special. I like that one. Let's do a couple heavy ion cannons as well. We're getting close to the max here. But you know what? I like the heavy ion cannons. And then we're going to do what we can with the rest of this to flesh it out. Let's do one more heavy ion. There we go. I don't know if this is any good, but Behemoth, I like that name. There's no way now that this is going to happen anytime soon. Holy crap. Let's go back to reducing certainty. Let's go back to lowering this to just 100%. That'd be great. And it's at the highest. Jeez. Okay. Well, that would be why you... Oh, man. If I go that low... I just want to see how this works out. So if it's 80%... I want to see how bad this ends up being for me. In 25 turns. That's a long time to wait. But we're going to do it. Oh, okay, great. But you know what? That's fine. Let's not do it then. Let's do instead... actually, let's go ahead and clear out the heavy ion cannon so that we can put... Nope, can't do that still. Bring this down to maybe like 8 or so. Nope, still can't do it. Crap. Let's clear out the Merculite missiles too. See if that'll give me a destroyer. There it is. Alright, so let's look to see what's... Oh, these are all pretty cool ship models. I like them. Alright, so... Initiative's better. Ion beams. Let's do some Merculite missiles too. That'll be all we can do. And add a couple more ion beams. And a proton gun. Maybe add 2 or 3 of those. 4, I like that. And then we'll create this. We'll see where we can go with this. So can we just type in 100%? Yes, we can. And let's drop the amount of turns to something reasonable, like 5. And increase the certainty. Confirm. Let's get rid of the Tycon. Confirm. And yes, we're going to find out how good that ship design is in just a few turns. And then you know what? It's probably time for me to wrap up this episode. It's like one big long Let's Explore. I did not anticipate that. All right, please come and talk to me. Just talk to me. I want to be talked to. I want to discuss things with you. All right, so Ion Beam is going to be more powerful. Great. More hit points than expected. Higher cost, which is fine. Proton Gun isn't quite as great, but the Ion Beam is, and that's just good with me. So let's... The Yorktown. I like it. I like it very much. Alright, so... Let's build the Yorktown as many places as we can. And possibly here, because it looks like I might be attacked here. Yeah, they're still building factories here, so let's not. We're going to send some Iroquois down here just in case. What do we have here? We just have 1 Outrider? Yeah. We're going to send 8 Iroquois, 9 Iroquois down to this planet. Alright, so we got the Iroquois down there in time. Auto-resolve, they're probably retreating. Yeah, that's fine. Logistics range 5, 18 parsecs away. That'll get me somewhere. That's great. Oh, hello. So the Zabab actually want to talk to me now. Oh, okay. You actually want to exist in peace? That's different. I did not expect that. So now we have the ability to talk to people, and I want to do that. So let's contact them. Let's go ahead and gift them something just to show you. So let's gift them... Yeah, why not? Let's do that. So gift them. I can't do it. I can't. Why can't I do anything? There we go. It's like, where do I do it? All right. So this is something clearly. This is just the very basic level of diplomacy. I like it because it's simple too, but I really like the aesthetic. It's just engrossing. Like whatever this thing is, I like it. So now we can do some counterintelligence, and we can also we can know what's going on here. So their fleets are actually stronger than mine. Our technologies are way farther ahead than theirs. But let's go ahead and spend a little bit of money in detecting and preventing. And we don't have any spy ops, but I don't know how to create spy missions. But I am glad you got to see a little bit of diplomacy. It's pretty basic right now. I'm sure there's more to come. In fact, I know if you talk to, or if you listen to the podcast, you know that there will be more. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to move the Yorktown here. And I'm going to, as I wrap this episode up, I'm going to send all these guys to that pirate base, or that pirate occupied system, and we're going to take them all out. And then I'm going to end this episode. It's like 400 years long. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm surprised that they actually... Whoa, yeah. Lordy. We're going to have to spend more because they just took out 70 of my factories. That makes me sad. I don't know how to... Is there any way here to espionage focus? Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, let's work on that. I like that. So, all right. Are we still making money? We're still making money. That's good. Let's start just throwing our spies at them. New techs uncovered. And oh, cool. Stole some shit from them. Nice. I'm just going to keep stealing stuff from them. Did not expect that. All right, let's do this. You are going down. Take command. We're going to make this happen. We are going to kill you. All right, so I can tell that thing's coming towards me, but I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. Let's move here and get through that. Oh, yes. Oh, didn't do as much as I was hoping, but that's fine. Yeah, I think we're going to win this one. I'm almost certain we're going to win this one now. Yes. I like it. Yes, we are. We're totally going to win this one. All right. Very good. So this would be a time that I could sit. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I'll do auto. Sucks to be you guys. We won. All right, so let me just check something real quick. Can I... Okay, espionage and sabotage. I got you. So if I want to come this way, because I don't really need their tech, I'd rather sabotage them. And now, let's see who's closest. Oceania. That's fine. Let's do 15% of their population and send them. And yeah, so this hopefully gives you a pretty good understanding of where Dominus Galaxia is right now. It is still in beta. It still needs work. There's still work to be done. And I know he is imminently going to start his Kickstarter. So if this is something that appeals to you, which it should, because very few games have tried the Master of One formula, and I think very few games are this polished, to be honest. Like I said, the options here are ridiculous. If they could figure out how to reduce the turn mashing, I really believe that... I mean, I can't imagine... And also fleshing out diplomacy a little bit more. So I'm not saying it's not great, but I would want more in the way of options and stuff like that. So there's actually a video of them where they show like this cool translation thing going on that I'd also like to see. But basically what I'd like to see is more choices, a little bit more going on here. So I know that that's possible. I know you have research treaties and stuff like that. Well, let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can do a map exchange. Okay. How about if I gave you that? Okay. So that's cool. I haven't messed with this too much. Let let's try this. Let's try giving them even more money. Okay. All right, so let's maybe do a non-aggression pact. What if I gave you 1600? Oh, wow. Okay. That was cool. That was super cool. They did not like that. I don't blame them. Oh, I love this game. I really do. There's just so much potential here, guys. It needs balancing. Yes, it needs some things to do so there's not so much turn mashing, but God, you know, like what's here for a game that hasn't even been completed yet, who hasn't even started a Kickstarter, is surprisingly well done and smart. And that's really exciting to me. As a 4X lover, as a 4X enthusiast, as a 4X obsessed person, I'm just really excited to see where this goes. And so I'm hoping, you know, beyond hope, I have no investment in this game. There's nothing that I gain from pushing this game as hard as I can, other than just to see it completed, which is all I give a shit about. So please, if you guys think this looks any remotely good at all, and you can see the potential, which I see a lot of, I really hope that you guys will consider investing in the Kickstarter. I know I will. And yeah, just for my personal satisfaction so that I can play the final product one day. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys have seen what you've wanted to see, and if you haven't, please let me know, and maybe I can do another episode and show you whatever it is. But this is generally what the game is as of now, and you'll be able to get your hands on it when the Kickstarter starts, because they're going to be releasing this build of the game, or maybe even a better build, as an incentive, as like a demo basically. So yeah, a free game that's really far along already, as like a, hey, this is what we could do, and we could do more kind of thing. So yeah, let me know. And until then, thanks for watching, guys. This was Rob for eXplore, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.